Behold the vast land of Legendra. This bountiful land was molded from ashen waste and given the breath of life by the 6 goddesses. But this land was not simply given life alone. Ostia, the foremost goddess, fostered a special love for the new creation, blessed it with a sky.
So this is Dragon Force, by the way.
Pure,
And Dragon Force Mercy has a very short intro for everything else I've played
hills
today.
that spread from ocean to sparkling ocean. The people of Legendra rejoiced that they had found favor with Ostia, and life was good. However, as with all such tales bordering on morality plays, one lied in wait to cast a dark shadow on the prosperity and tranquility of Legendra. That one, from time uncounted, was called Madrak. He and his villainous legion scorched the land and dried the once sparkling seas with a burning fury
This is very
unequaled
sucks
in all creation. His singular goal was nothing less than complete annihilation of the beautiful land that Ostia and her sisters had created. Before the cruel hand of Madrak, the people of Legendra had no hope of survival. Broken and despondent, they prayed fervently for a miracle. Suddenly, the sacred dragon Harzgalt lunged forth to block Madrak's
Another very sucks sound effect.
Enraged, Madrak turned his fiery ardor to Harzgalt. The battle between the holy dragon and the wicked god seemed to be without end. In its wake, the winds howled, the oceans crashed, and the vast land trembled violently. 1,000 days passed, and Harzgalt had only enough strength remaining to lock Madrak into a sleep that would keep just long enough for 8 chosen heroes to be born. Now, that time is upon us. The final confrontation rushes forth.
As I was saying, this is Dragon Force, and Dragon Force is great. The first thing we have to do is pick who we're playing as. There are, as the narration mentioned, 8 countries in the world. 2 of them are illegal. You have to be on a New Game Plus to start as... where are they? Oh, I just can't select them. Yeah, in the middle of the map there is like the country of some child mage who's kind of the guy who knows about the plot. And on the west is someone with a big demon army. But otherwise, we have some options here. We have Wine, the generic protagonist with normal soldiers. He is very boring. We have Tiras, the elf, who's got a bunch of elves with bows. Also a little boring, if I'm honest. We have Gongos, the beast man, who's got just an army of catboys and girls, and, you know, is basically Blanca. We've got Mikal, the samurai, who has a bunch of, you know, pretty boy samurai hanging out. Big slashy swords. We have Leon, the fighting game character, who's just got a bunch of Bruce Lees in his backyard, and is right in the middle of the map, so it tends to be, you know, a lot of early combat. And we have Junon, who is Darth Vader and is also Samus, and also has a bunch of harpies. The overall scope of the game is very much pick one, conquer the world, and then the plot will really start. There are some differences in how they all play out as far as the actual storyline for each one that are kind of significant, actually. But I've played this game a lot. I will leave it up to anybody in the audience who wants to shout one of these out. So dorks, elves, beast people, samurai, monks, or birds are basically the choices. Catboys it is. pretty sure this predates Song of Ice and Fire. So, the big thing about Dragon Force is that this is a game with kind of a lot of characters in it. As far as the proper characters go, you've got like the leader of every country, and then they're like a group of 5 friends or so, who all tend to have their own little like minor side quests going on. Then you have the leaders of every other country, and they're 5 friends, and then everybody has their like personal neighbor warring faction, where there's a whole bunch of backstory. And then there's another like 50 or 60 just random mercenaries and wizards and stuff running around. And then there's how the combat works. Now, but first we have our domestic screen, where at the moment there's not really a lot to do here besides search and hope I get lucky. Anybody who's sufficiently intelligent can just kind of look around, find random items, possibly just wandering characters who are unaccounted for. We can also, in here, do some stuff that I'll explain later, and have little chats with our friends. They don't have a lot to say. So, I'll just end this and go to the... Oh, actually, can I fortify anybody? No. Okay. Meow. Here I would save if I was allowed to. And then we go to the main map. Alright, pause for a moment. Here's our capital, with all our friends in it. And here we have the rest of the world. Everybody else in their various piles of friends. Including Team Spooky over here. With the random nun that I forgot about. And again, Monktown up here, etc. And basically, what one does at the start of this game is have a look who's around locally. A bunch of mages. A whole bunch of random dorks. You know what? Sure. Let's just send out everyone. So you'll notice that Beast X30, Mage X20, etc. Combat in this game is very large scale. Attacking my Unfitted Castle, that's fine. That's totally fine. have our pre-battle smack talk. This could go on for a bit, since these two have a lot of personal history. And then we have our big lineup of people here. Let's see. I will start off with some mages, I think, because they are kind of special. And there is so much custom dialogue for every character from every other character in the game. But yeah, you can eventually get up to 100 troops on each side. I'll just stand there, I think. And basically, controls. Just your, up to 200 people will just like run across the big battlefield. If the commander is casting full spells. And wizards just stand there and hope things go well for them, really. Some of the spells will just like hit the enemy commander. Some of them will just like do a cool little effect through the field, like that one just cutting a line down the middle of it. Yep, face now. How about one of these? Since I did bring mages, it's going to be the goofy, underwhelming tactic. Up a bit. Oh, okay. You just want to run, that's fine. I was gonna have him sit right in front of you and put spells in your face. Let's see. You can probably handle this. Sure, I might as well show off some of the more special tactics. Here I put like half of mine in a big wedge that will just charge straight forward. Hang back here for defense. This is a real spectacle to this. At this point, we've basically both thrown our entire army at each other. One of these. Less than ideal. But yeah, if you get down to just the commanders, they have a little duel. Just super RNG heavy. brought playing people. It's fine. I should come on top of the whole thing. And I think Beast are gonna cavalry. It's been a while. That's an option. So yeah. Send them along top and bottom. Ignore these horses. They charge in this way. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a good matchup for me. You know what? You can go in 2. Defenders, you know, getting to the left. Very adorable sprites, too. Oh, okay. It's because you're massively outnumbered. Fine. Yeah, it's menu-based. There is the list of formations at the start. The last one is always kind of special for each commander. Okay, who has, like, nothing in this level 1? You go in there. You have, like, indirect control over what your units do, in general. I'll just demonstrate here if she doesn't immediately flee, anyway. But yeah, there's just have everybody one big club. Have, like, an 80-20 split between people hanging back and everybody running forward. And then there's the special commands. Bonus. Often I will just do special, and then from here there's run forward, pull back, clump into the middle, spread to the sides, stop where you are, and I am not giving you orders, just hack whoever you feel like for the rest of the fight. And yes, the band Dragon Force is named after this game. Let's see, this being the North American version, one of these buttons is the nice dynamic camera where they'll just like follow my troops around. And then I can also just end this one big jump, honestly. Because you have 1 HP. There we go. Here. You're my actual leader. Who is secretly the only character I have right now who matters at all. I'm just gonna do the big fight in the middle of the map, I think. One kind of cheesy tip I know about this game is because of how the animations work, if you are standing when people reach you, you kind of get first strike, which can make a huge difference sometimes. Anyway. This is like just really fascinating about just seeing this many like scaling sprites just run at each other like this. Plus the flash special moves, which get flashy later on. port. Where, oh yeah, I did kind of lose someone, but we captured most of them as they fled. Or just dropped them. Real quick here. Let's just, oh, you didn't do anything. Meh. So we have a couple of spare people around. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. So, first of all, who didn't really get to do anything? I guess everyone did. Why don't you chase after this one person who's trying to run away? Alright. And then come back inside afterwards. These two people ran away, actually. Ooh. Should be fine. Meh. I forgot that I lost two of them. It'll be fine. Losers don't get to heal or recruit their stuff, so, you know. Between actually having troops and having a couple spells here, I should be good. Won't have much of an advantage, but you know. I think my 3 beasts and 100 HP can beat your single cavalry. But yeah, like these sort of exchanges, like there are like several thousand lines of dialogue in here for first of all, anybody who has, like, special, you know, I actually know this person interactions, which is a ton. And then you'll have things like, you know, here's some gross, creepy guy who just, like, hits on everyone he sees. And so here's all of the reactions that all of these, like, 100 characters have to being hit on. And then here's the one, like, very Bishonen samurai who also gets hit on and then has to, like, correct them. Probably what I'm doing. I'm assuming. Yes. Which I'll probably win, although I am at level 1. And there are a lot of dice rolls involved. Basically, there's a chance to block, there's a chance to like get a little like triple attack thing going on. I think these are affected by stats in some way. Some characters definitely seem better than others. Okay. Pause that real quick. You get back in there. Someone is coming this way. With nothing, okay. Put this in. At least one person have to deal with that. Let's pick some troops again first, though. Has to be plenty. So, I guess I'll split it. I accidentally just put them where they are. So you run home. the rest of them just kind of like let troops recover a bit. I might temporarily lose my capital. Probably will, but whatever. It's not actually a problem. Where are you going? Don't go panicking on it. Go in there. It's fine. I do find it interesting that like troops in the castles are just kind of generic units. So you know, I can like release my 26 beastmen and pick up cavalry with the same population, or you know, get rid of these soldiers, pick up some zombies, or get rid of some elves, get some harpies. Just you. My hand's pretty kind of thin here, but this is fine. No. I'm curious what this person's deal is in this little town in the middle of the map here. And the other factions are doing their thing, of course. Okay. You're just being a coward, that's fine. Meow, meow, meow. I could just talk to them as well. This is a good option if you're like a little worried you're not gonna win the fight. Now I think I'm good with my default mage strategy of just stand here and throw fireballs until they're gone. Well, I could, like, yeah. Why do you have raid formation when you start mages? That's a weird combination. That's not ideal. Stand there. So the chance of getting a kill off a fireball is very low, honestly. But, you know, you get the whole journey across the map to do it. And then, you know, you don't live when they get to you. That's fine. I only need, like, one standing. Let's see. Group in the middle of the map. Down there. Under cover of a spell. While spell animations are going on, things don't generally attack too, so it's a little thing in your back pocket strategy-wise. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to chase this one down too, apparently. It's not great for the health of the castle to lose, but you know. Let's see. I think he can finish this off. I'm fairly sure not allowed to just run away immediately again. Could be wrong with that. But you can definitely experience farm people who do just like always escape from fights by just, you know, having them outside your doorstep, never healing. You know, just walk over, honestly. Yeah. the ultimate wizard technique. Haha! There's a time run fights for a reason, and that's the reason. Okay. So at this point, everybody's kind of hurt and out of troops. I think I will just hang out in my castles here and recruit back up to proper counts. And possibly wait out the turn, honestly. You know, these two are fighting up here. There's like a trick to this one where like you have to find someone that like he's friends with. Oh, he just keeps running away. It's been a bit. Who's in this? It's like anybody else anyway. Huh. Go figure. So actually, my time to go back to your town screen. Sometimes there's plot based on what you've done, or just the passage of time in some cases. Yeah, that's running. Typically, whoever you play as, you have your little like rival group right on your doorstep. So, generally speaking, after your first turn, you'll have a big speech with the leader of that little group. Ah, okay. That's her, that one mage out there. So, first thing is, after you win fights, you get these little awards to give people, increasing how many troops they can use. Your leaders handled separately. Basically, you earn one award the first time a character wins a fight in a turn. It can go to anyone, but there's a little count of merits and awards, and with the like inner crew here, it doesn't matter. With like some of the random mercenaries, if they keep winning fights for you and you don't give them little medals, they get upset and leave. For now. Yeah, I guess it's nice to have somebody with mages. Have a few more. You can find items to give people different troop types, and there's a whole paper rock others thing. Let's see. You did very well for yourself. Famous barrier, huh? Okay. Sure, why not? So those are all handed out, and now it's time to talk to captives. Generally speaking, anybody who's not like plot important goes into prison, and every time the turn ends, you can see if they want to join your party or if they're going to keep sitting in there. Okay, so I'm up to several generals suddenly. You can also have them do the search thing if they're smart enough. Sometimes meeting people like this, and sometimes people like this, they have better things to do. Or sometimes you find stuff. I believe it's the same rule of we have to have a certain amount of intelligence, and I've just got the one character who can do that. So let's see. Those equipment. It's fine. So yeah, that's that turn. So then, back to the main map it is. In this particular case, I happen to know there is some plot with this jerk here. And, where are you? Definitely bring Gunner along for this. And really just try to top off everybody I can. You know, having some troop variety isn't a bad thing. You, your new friend. Anyone else doesn't like do anything right now. Talk to this Dirk and I'll take over this castle. Yeah, let's see, this one. Okay, oh, this one's kind of special. This one kind of just has this, like, immortal overlord and his friends who just hang out here for the entire game. And, like, late and things, there's a plot thing where you can, actually kill them. In the meantime, they're great for farming experience. So, okay, that should do for now. These little shrines along the sides of the map, which are basically just used for plot later in the game. And again, like, this is all dependent on having these here as my party for this whole conversation here. Like, there is so much weird little custom dialogue in this game. Yeah, let's see. For your prize for attacking my main castle here and taking over briefly, you get to just live here while the rest of us go do things. He doesn't actually work down this long road from White Country, but not too much, honestly. Hello. Just going to fight us outside, or are you just letting us have the castle? That's nice of you. Okay, who needs to farm experience? Because they really cut their losses here, didn't they? You can probably handle this. So yeah, early in this game, you do kind of want to like spread your experience around evenly. Make sure all your friends are leveled up a bit and have like some troops to them. But in the back half of the game, you kind of get a situation where like all of the leaders of the 8 countries have to do a bunch of like special plot stuff, and then go to the final dungeon where only they can enter. So really, you want to just like retire everyone except for the main 8 as soon as possible. And you really, really want to just like get all the experience you can on your like actual leaders. Anyway, here's a dapper magician slapping cat boys. This is probably my favorite game on the Saturn, honestly, because, like, on the one hand, you've pretty much seen the gameplay. It doesn't tend to vary tremendously, except for, like, you know, when you occasionally have, like, a really clutch situation, having to do some, like, tricky tactical stuff to win a fight you're otherwise not looking too good on. Who left, anyway? Oh, right, because they were, like, being attacked by Fallon, like, lost everything. Right, that was the thing. Let's see, they've got 3 castles, maybe 4. We've got definitely just 3. Anything really noteworthy in here? I think I can probably take them. Just get my back up in here. Hey, does anybody want to run down those annoying little wizards there? If I can. Probably too far out of me, but you know, it's worth a shot. Also, wait, what am I doing? There's 2 groups. Okay, yeah, they're moving away, it's fine. So, the other thing with this is, like I said, like, the characters are kind of, like, grouped up in various little piles. I think so, we can do use of this, and I'll just throw a big pile of people to the west, see how it goes. But yeah, when you capture the like inner circle of one of the leaders, they're just gonna sit there in jail until their leader is also in there, and then they'll alternate at once. Past that is kind of like, you know, just keep checking every turn. How much are you trying to like reinforce this by? There's a lot of people coming this way. You do get a game over if you lose with your leader, but like again, your leader really needs experience, so it's worth the risk. Sure. This also happens sometimes. People are just like, I want to fight. there's some decent. That's probably fine. Some decent variety to the music and battlefields as you let them through. You got defenses for that. There's also actually not a good matchup, I don't think. So with the power of I'm standing still. Okay. I'm waiting for you to like do your big sword slash thing before sending everybody in. Because they did take a permit where I had like a big back line. If I want to send them over as the commander, the only way I have to do that is this. And they're going to kind of just naturally clump up. And I happen to know that Mistle has a big, huge slash in the middle of the field move, which, yeah. Gonna hurt a bit. Generally, as a rule, if someone gets down to the grid, you will probably capture them. Oh, not in this case. Okay. Now, let's see. Who wants to deal with these ones? You can probably handle this. There's again like a bit of strategy to it, but also there's a lot of squad formation. One of the more interesting ones. You have these like 4 independently launchable groups, and then just like, do you want the back row to stand there or start guessing around? But just to stay in a nice line. Avoid those like down the center attacks pretty well. And now for the tactic of cast a spell when they're about to get there, so that they don't get that like first strike advantage on me. Necessarily. And that should do it, really. Marianne. But yeah, I find it like a very comfort food game. Just like the whole turn the whole map your own color thing. You will likely, and you play this game, like see some character interaction you had no idea existed, where like, oh, this one general turns out like, you know, used to date this one, or like murdered their whole family, or both. Okay, you're fleeing. Let's actually hit this castle. Probably still handle that. Oh. Just throw more people out the door, huh? Okay. I'll fight you outside. That's good. There's a neck number of troops out here for it. This is another more interesting formation they're using, where you can just like send a little elite commando squad off the side. All the rest of the wall. This is like just like oddly hypnotic about like watching them all run in formation like that too. A little bit closer there, because again, if they're already standing in front of each other, then there's no first strike advantage. It's not going bad. And there's them locking their Soul Secret right on me there. Top. These. And you have to like activate my defensive line, unfortunately. There we go. The rest of those kind of lame. So let's see. Who just needs to farm experience? Yeah, as I was saying, there's a lot of just like, oh, I didn't see that before. And then, like, all four commanders do have, like, their own plot going on to some degree. Move forward just a little bit. I didn't actually get here. Spell, you know, I don't need to worry about that one, I think. It's fine. So you're at MP, so I can safely climb back up. And then just go stand right in front of your face. What you've done. And I'll take one of these. Let's see. Someone's doubling up this turn. You know, you can have this instead. I do not mind spellcasters having high levels and not a ton of troops, because you really just need 10 mages, honestly. They're very, very squishy. Like, if they're on against a small number of anything, it goes pretty well. Spread them out a little bit. I'm assuming you're another, like, sword down the middle person. Up. And this is our life now. Wizards and Archers are very, very nice for when you want to just, like, have no attrition on your side and deal with small problems. Later in the game, they're much less useful because you have like 100 people to deal with, and you know they're not going to mow through 100 people like that. Okay. Sure. Actually, this is a group that is going to do the thing. So I'll take my little breach arrow, move it to the side. Come at him that way. Aha. Conserve some troops here. Your move. Unless I do this. It's gonna cost me because they are being, you know, lined up for this. Form. Okay. So now here, let's see, I believe they made the call of sending the fighting up here, not inside the castle, in the hopes of, you know, making me deal with whoever's left in there with a chance to get MP back. But you know, it's 30 samurai. I think I can do this. Everybody's had a turn. Oh, okay. I mean, you're kind of really outnumbered, but you know. These men are basically Klingons, right? Just, you know, if you want to have your honor duel, then have your honor duel. Sure. Run at him. And you have like an offensive boost in this formation, so it might work out. You never know. Excellent. Great. I think you may have made a tactical error today. Let's see how this goes. On the one hand, I could retreat right now and probably, you know, be fine. On the other hand, like, I don't care enough about this character that I worry he has to be in the hospital for a turn, so let's run out this MP and take out some of these samurai. You're fine, you're fine. Only characters who have, like, no plot relevance can actually die. Otherwise, they'll just get up eventually. Okay, let's see. Who can actually do this? You know, it's just a safe play. kind of hoping to like get to what happens when you actually get one of the other leaders, if I can. Let's fight the middle a little bit more. At least not right here. I kind of like to leave a gap with the mages so that, you know, like... They'll cut through the middle, but they don't have, you know, some people left. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. Yeah, once they're busy attacking me, move up a little bit more. Regroup. What now? Okay. Little low on HP, but I just need the one. Because you are out of spells, and I can just use the ultimate cheese strat of standing right there. Although you do have the option of running the timer out. That's fine by me. It just means more experienced Mako leader. Oh, or you can run. That works too. I think I need to just, you know, rest up a bit after that. Let them go recruit more people, and then me again. Oh, all these guys. Yeah, you do. So, yeah, there's a couple of, like, special NPC people who will, just show up and be jerks sometimes. This is one of them. Who do we have in here? It's maybe survivable. Yeah, I do encounter it. This will be fine. Could be fine-er. Do I have anybody in reserve back here? Worth talking about? No, I don't. Yeah, good luck. Turn might end. You get the promotion. You're just like throwing the people at me with no troops, that's fine. So I do win this on Pokemon types. All around. Especially if I use the advanced technique. I'm running to the middle of the map and stopping. Just like that. run away. That'd be great. Just make all these people don't do that. Seems to have doing a lot of work there, by the way. You know what? No, you go in there. Sometimes, you know, situations don't allow you to take it out. As long as you believe in the power of just standing still, you should have this. You went on time advantage. There's only 20 of them. One of you might get hit with like a sword. So yeah, type advantage plus, like, make sure you get the first strike thing. Does very well in this game, turns out. Spread out a little bit. I spread a lot. I may have wowed away many an afternoon with this game. Duel. It's basically a coin toss. Okay, see, and you thought you couldn't take out two people at once. Here again, I'm pretty sure I win a Pokemon type. Think. What does Raid give me? You know what? Sure, why not? On the sides, but oh wait, no. Right, you actually just stand by. Then hit the raid command to launch the little sneak attack. Hopefully this works out. Yeah, kick those horses. Be able to spell before I like fuck up with that. Can you do it? Or are you gonna? There we go. There's higher levels of that which are a much wider path, and it can like take out your entire army all at once. Get him. Travel time, and I won't move other troops to the second Sonic Boom here. If you bothered to use it. Okay. Yeah, they're annoying like that. I do like there's a couple of things like that in the game where you have infinite sources of experience in case you, like, you know, take forever to capture somebody. And need somebody to throw at them to get them to, like, end levels. Okay. Here we go. So I think nothing special happened this turn. Way bigger army. And then a lot of people work well and get medals. Let's see. You get one. Going past 3 mages is just silly. You definitely get one. What's this? I have a spare. Okay. Who is in jail? You just say no, and you're definitely gonna say no because you're one of the special characters. Yep. Who's smart enough to search? Just you. Okay. That's that turn. Now to see, is it worth my time? Basically nothing. And then a whole pile of guys. Maybe not. It is late, I do have a couple more games to get to. But yeah, this is Dragon Force, and Dragon Force rules. Like, I love this game so much. And you can just look around the map to see what everybody else is doing. Cool guys named Scar and dorky elves doing their whole thing. But basically, yeah, you just keep doing this for a while. It snowballs past a certain point because, like, you have half the map and just very few choke points, and you can just, like, send big, huge piles of people at those choke points. And if you really want to, just, like, bucket brigade troops in from the back lines. But once you conquer the whole world, you find out special things, especially from this little wizard guy here, about, you know, how everybody is, like, the chosen 8 people who just happen to all lead countries because of, I guess, manifest destiny or divine providence, or one of those. And then you have this whole thing where you have to, like, make little teams of people and send them out to these little shrines to get their little vision quests, and there's, like, armies of dragons and demons that just wind up attacking from various places. It all, like, depends a lot on your actual characters, but there's all these special little events. It does kind of drag in the back half because, like, one special event will trigger at a time, and then it's like, okay, I did that, and I wait until this turn to end for the next one. Or then I wait to get, you know, everybody to the little shrines that are, like, halfway across the map. And then eventually, you know, this big ominous mountain with a line going to it is where the Demon Lord is, and you just send in your 8 leaders and have a big fight there, get your ending for your character, and then you can New Game Plus and actually play as this guy, who definitely has a bunch of, like, demon generals with him, which is interesting. as one of those like, I'm just pretending to work with the guy who looks like Mum-Ra here to get his trust, just so that I can actually be a good guy in the end, or at least an anti-hero. So yeah, that's Dragon Force. It's a really good game. Would recommend anybody play who gets a chance to. But we got a couple more to get to.